Hi, my name is Amethyst11 and this is another Psychic Ogham reading for Jade, and it is reading number 778. Now Jade, you asked me a couple of specific questions. We'll go over this first and I'll look at those questions as we go through. Now this is the Ogham stave Rowan or Lewis, and this themes the whole of your reading. Rowan is about protection. It's about protecting yourself. You tend to overprotect yourself on occasions. You tend to not always see the good in other people or in yourself, in fact, and you tend to do an awful lot of worrying, and that kind of themes this whole reading. You tend to be someone that doesn't always see that the glass is half full. Sometimes that you tend to look at it as being glass half empty, and you worry over things far too much. I'm going to pick up on a little bit more of that as we go through this. These three Ogham staves here look at your past, and this one is the one that themes that, and that is older. Or fan. Now older is about this is about advice. This is about giving and receiving advice. Now, notwithstanding this one here that talked about how you often worry about things and concern yourself with things, older tells me that you often ask for advice but you dismiss it straight away. You tend to be really strong-willed. You react really quickly to things. You often say things without thinking first. You don't always take the advice of others either. Now, I'm making it sound as though you're not a nice person. You are a delightful woman. You are absolutely amazing. But you have a fair bit of self-doubt about who you are, and that tends to come out in you sometimes what other people would see as being a little bit aggressively. It's about you protecting yourself. Underneath here we have ash or Nguyen, and this is about transformation, and it talks about a whole pile of change in the last 12 months or so. We know already, you mentioned to me in your email that you were married recently, some 6 or 8 months or so. Massive transformation for you, but also the birth of children has been a huge transformation. So there's nothing new there that I wouldn't already be able to tell you. Gorse that sits over the top is about living in the now. You have some plans for the future, but the last 12 months for you is all about just getting through the day. And it has to be, because as you mentioned to me in your email as well, you have 2 little children. You said that you have a toddler and that you have a newborn. I've got a feeling that the newborn is, I keep seeing pink, so I'm going to assume it's a little girl. And those keep your days quite filled. So I'm not going to spend too long on the past, because this is where the information is that we really want to have a look at. Now hazel or coal sits in the middle. This is describing what's happening for you in the world, in your world right now. This is about hazel. This is called hazel or coal. This is about wisdom. Now, because this is here and your fears sometimes run away with you, your wisdom is not always coming through to the fore. You have great intuition, particularly around your children, and you feel things passionately. You feel things very, very deeply, and sometimes that can override your logical, rational thought. You're a fantastic mum. You're learning how to be a wonderful partner as well. Lots of things happening for you. But let's focus much more here on the future. I'm delighted to see this Ogham stave here. This is heather or This is about love. Now, you asked me about your relationship and that you had some concerns about it. I'm going to suggest to you that you need to stop worrying about your relationship and enjoy it. So stop worrying about whether it's going to fall over or whether your partner is not being as honest with you as you would hope, and just enjoy the experience. Yes, there are some difficulties, and yes, there are going to be some more difficulties yet. You are both newly married. I keep seeing new addresses, so I'm not quite sure what that means, other than I think that inside the next 12 months or so you're going to be moving house, I think. And all of that coupled with children, and there's some stuff that you want to do in terms of career, it's going to have a strain on your partnership, on your marriage. But Heather says that underlying all of that is a deep sense of love that you are forgetting about. So experience it and enjoy it. Underneath here we have oak. This Ogham stave is oak, and the one on top is yew. Now, oak is always about working hard and dedication to family, and you are really dedicated to family. You absolutely adore your children, and you absolutely adore your partner as well. You're just plagued, I guess, with those doubts about what's happening. One of the downsides to oak is, though, even though oak people are strong-willed, you can be really quite determined, strong-willed, stubborn on occasions, even aggressive, or other people will consider you to be verbally aggressive. It doesn't mean to say that you are nasty with people, but you do tend to speak before you think sometimes. That's just your passion. But you also tend to give of yourself to other people without necessarily thinking about your own health and well-being. And it's really important inside the next 12 months that you look after you. Lots of changes are coming forward, and I keep seeing that house move. I don't know what's going on there, but I keep seeing a house move. But I don't think it's a house move necessarily that you initiated. It's got something to do with your partner. Anyway, there's a house move for you. So that, coupled with a couple of little children as well, is very stressful on you. You need to make sure that you balance your time and look after your health. Now, you that sits over the top, this is about transition, is further change. Now, this is about physical changes going on around you, tangible changes going on around you, rather than changes that you are making to yourself. You is about, this stave called you is about that new address that's going to happen. You have some ideas about running a little business for yourself or going back to work. I think it's running a business for yourself from home. I keep sensing you wanting to produce money and deliver stuff to the community, and that will begin to happen towards the end of this coming year. You're going to pick up and do a small work at home business. There, you asked me, so let's just kind of tie all that together for you. You specifically asked me about your relationship, your marriage, and as I've stated here, it has an underpinning of love. This is what Heather is about. It's about love, it's about partnership, it's about sharing, it's about devotion. It's not about Hollywood love, which is all kisses and no substance to it. Your relationship has substance, but you're just so caught up sometimes in the possibility that it may not be that you forget to experience it. Now, there is a warning there. If you continue to think or worry about your marriage going downhill, it will go downhill. We produce what we think about. So I'm going to ask you to realise that your marriage will be a little bit strained over the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months, particularly with all of the things in terms of the children that you have got to look after, with this new little business that you want to put in place by the end of the year. It's still, I keep seeing with this house move, you have a car and that's going to cause you some financial difficulties inside the next 8 months. All of that is a bit of a strain. Your partner, I don't know what he does, but I keep seeing order and discipline and strict rules. I'm not quite sure what that is around. I need to go back to that. But he is not always in a position to make decisions for himself. He is often told what to do, and so for him there is an awful lot of concern and worry sometimes, and energy that he spends in his job that you would like him to spend on you, but he can't always do that. He only has so much energy to give, and quite a lot of that is given to his job. Much as he adores you and he absolutely loves the children as well, sometimes he gets worn down and he needs a little bit of space. I know that sounds terribly old-fashioned, and as I'm saying that, I just hear myself saying that, and that does sound really old-fashioned. But in this instance, what I keep seeing in your partner is that he wants to give so much, but there's only so much energy that he actually has, so he gets quite tired by the end of the day. And so really, I guess I'm saying cut him a little bit of slack on this occasion. But enjoy your relationship rather than worry about your relationship. You asked me about the children. You said that you have a toddler and that you have a newborn. And as I mentioned, I think that the newborn is a little girl. I keep seeing pink, so I'm going to go with a girl, and her name is Melissa, Amel. It either begins with A or M, and I can't quite work that out. All stuff is going well with the children. I wouldn't put any worry into that at all. Here is this one coming back again. You tend to be overly concerned, but enjoy them. Just enjoy them. And that seems to be a bit of a theme coming through in your reading. Just enjoy the little people. Enjoy the children. You also asked me if your husband is going to be safe in his job. I don't know what his job is, but again, I keep seeing that he's told what to do. He's not in a position necessarily where he can give direction to other people. Rather, the direction is given to him. He's told what to do and he has to get on with it. Is he going to be safe in his job? Yes, I see no danger, for the want of a better phrase, for him in his job. So what I keep seeing here is, Jade, you worry a lot. Partly that's because you're so passionate and so dedicated to your family and your children and the things and the events and the passions that you love. Fantastic, but also take time to enjoy them. Now, your Celtic birth tree for your birthday is this stave here, which is Beth or Birch. This is about new beginnings, which is quite apt for you at this time. Beth or Birch is about just enjoying the new stuff that is coming your way. It's a tree of renewal and rebirth, and that's not just because it grows at the edge of a forest. It's often the first tree that starts a forest off, and in spring it's usually the first tree that buds and begins to grow again. Birch people are very determined. Excuse me for the sneezing. They're also really good at organising. They're also really ambitious, and here we are related to this business that you would like to start for yourself as well. They're really resilient, Birch people make great leaders, and you will eventually make a great leader, but you need to learn in the meantime just to slow down a little bit, and a little bit more tact and diplomacy for yourself as well. Even though Birch people are really fantastic though, as you are, because even when things, when setbacks arise or when difficulties turn, they keep going, so that's really good. And again, we pick up on the oak as well under here. Birch people are really patient, and they're diligent, and they're determined, and that determination can sometimes come across to other people as a little bit of stubbornness, but remember that it's about passion. Your Celtic deity is Lu, so I encourage you to find out about Lu, learn all about him. He's a great god of light. He's quite inspirational. And your Celtic spirit animal is white stag, which is also very masculine, and the father of the forest, a little bit like oak over here, is also the tree father of the forest. And your druid animal card that I pulled out for you here is cat. Now, cat is fantastic because cat is also very determined, and you can see this picture here. This cat is seen to be quite stubborn. Cat's also really good about being resourceful as well. Cat can take his time and can often seem asleep and quiet, but underneath that he is alert. He can hear things, his ears will twitch, even though we think that he is asleep, he's always alert. Cat has stealth, and he knows the difference between resting and pouncing. He knows when danger is around. He can sense danger, and you can often see cats when they feel danger. You can see it in their eyes, you can see it in their ears, you can see it in their fur. They're very good at sensing danger around them. Cats will often do a lot of creeping, and they will slowly creep up on their prey and then pounce. So again, it's that wonderful balance of energies that they have. Now, what does cat teach you though? Cat teaches you that you need to choose your battles wisely. So Jade, we talked about in this reading here before that sometimes you tend to speak before you think. Again, that comes out of your passion and your desire, but sometimes your opinions can appear to others to be a little overbearing. So cat teaches you to pick your battles wisely. Don't always arc up when someone says something that you disagree with. Just take a breath first and choose whether it's the right battle to pitch in with. If it's only a little battle, don't extend your energy. Be like the cat and sleep on it instead. There are more important things to, or more important people, more important events to battle with than those insignificant little things. In other words, don't sweat the small stuff as well. Think clearly, think logically before you make your decision. With that said, of course, cat is always pretty clever, and you are pretty clever. So use that cleverness wisely instead of jumping in and over worrying. I hope that's been useful for you, Jade, and I look forward to doing another reading for you in the future.